ગુજરાતીમીડિયા.com આજે આપણે વાત કરવાના છે રામ ગોપાલ વર્મા સાથે અને પૂજા ભાલેકર સાથે. બહુ જ ઇન્ટરેસ્ટિંગ ફિલ્મ, પાવરફુલ ટ્રેલર. આપણે જાણીએ આ ફિલ્મ પાછળની વાતો અને કોન્ટ્રોવર્શિયલ ડિરેક્ટર રામ ગોપાલ વર્મા પાસેથી કેટલીક કોન્ट्रोवर्शियल बातों कढ़ाई. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द ट्रेलर इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग, वेरी इम्प्रेसिव. मेरा पहला सवाल है आपसे, लड़की ये शब्द जब आपके कानों पे पड़ता है और आपके कानों पे पड़ता है, व्हाट डज इट मीन फॉर यू?
You see, I think in a very early context, when maybe when I was a college going teen or something, it seems very nice because as a guy, I'm attracted to a girl. So, एक लड़की है in the context of that, you know.
Of course.
ये फिल्म का जो context है, इसलिए रखा है कि because I think you're generally asking me and in context with the film. फिल्म में क्या एक action film है. Predominantly, it's an action film. और जो भी कैरेक्टर्स है फिल्म में, जब भी एक सुनते हैं पूजा के बारे में, पूजा की कैरेक्टर के बारे में, एक लड़की व्हाट दे कांट बिलीव ए लड़की कैन डू दिस. अगर 4 लोग उधर बहुत मारे पड़े हुए तो किसने किया? एक लड़की ने. सो यू डोंट एक्सपेक्ट ए गर्ल कैन डू समथिंग लाइक दैट. ये कॉन्टेक्स्ट है. दूसरा, ऑलवेज हमने लड़की एक वीकर सेक्स मानते हैं, इसलिए कि लड़का एक्सप्लॉइट करते हैं, लड़का कुछ करते हैं, तो लड़की अपने आप को शी कांट प्रोटेक्ट हर सेल्फ, डिफेंड हर सेल्फ, यू नो. लेकिन अगर पूजा जैसी लड़की मिल गई तो ये हो सकता है. you know, ये पॉइंट है.
Of course.
फिल्म में भी एक इंटरेस्टिंग सीक्वेंस है, पूजा की जो इंट्रोडक्शन है. उधर एक हम बहुत सारे फिल्म में हमने देख चुके, एक लड़की को छेड़ता है कोई गुंडे लोग और एक लड़का आके बचाता है उनको मार के. इसमें रोल रिवर्स है, लड़का को छेड़े तो ये आके बचाती है, यू नो. सो मैं जानबूझ के ऐसा एक सीन लगाया उसमें. सो आई थिंक वॉट एवर थिंग ब्रूस ली ने बोला है कि नो लिमिट शुड बी अ लिमिट. अगर मर्द लोग भी ये सोचते हैं कि लड़की कांट डू दिस, और लड़की लोग भी वही सोचते हैं. लेकिन पूजा की जो कैरेक्टर देखने के बाद उसने जो अचीव किया इसमें, उसकी जो मार्शल आर्ट्स है, उसका फाइटिंग स्किल है, उसकी जो कैरेक्टर है, I think, I hope it will inspire a lot of girls to realize their own power. So लड़की मैं समझता हूँ कि it's a film of women empowerment.
What will you say, Pooja, when you were growing up? क्या आपके साथ ही, अरे लड़की हो ये नहीं कर सकती, लड़की हो यू कांट डू दिस, अरे लड़की हो क्या ऐसा करती हो, वो रेफरेंस और अब ये फिल्म करने के बाद इस टर्म का मीनिंग आपके लिए कितना बदला है?
I think not just for me, I can speak for every girl out there. बहुत सारी लड़कियां जिनको ये फेस करना पड़ता है कि there are a lot of rules for girls only. I feel that's very unfair कि you know you have to behave in a certain way, you have to wear a certain kind of clothes. Okay, 11 बजे के बाद you can't go out. All those silly things are there. You can't put your hair down, you can't wear makeup or red lipstick. So I just feel कि you know not just with self-defense, I think there are more topics that we need to discuss on and you know highlight on those things, I feel. And with this movie we are trying to do that with women empowerment. We are trying to change everyone's thinking that you know no matter what you are wearing or where you are capable of protecting yourself.
When it comes to women in your films, very interestingly portrayed always, how do you think, how many times you consciously made choices of breaking stereotypes and how many times it happened very naturally?
I honestly never thought of women in particular in the context, but I generally tend to treat every character in my film with some degree of respect. I mean, I'm talking in the context of if I see somebody standing, I mean, in Sarkar, for example, there's somebody standing behind Amitabh. He will also look powerful in the context. Point is, the characters is the point, is not about the women. I like people who are strong. I like people who are composed and controlled. When they speak, it has to have an effect. So that is which intimidates me as a viewer. So I'm trying to cater to the viewer in me, what kind of character I want to see there, and how I want to see a woman, how I want to see a hero. I think that's where it comes from.
It's very interesting to hear a man saying that, you know, I like when I get intimidated.
Yeah.
Because
yes.
I think that also shows the vulnerability and the openness to being sensitive.
And it's the dignity and the larger than life quality.
So let's talk about the very first time you met her.
Yeah.
What happened?
I mean, to give a little background to that, I mean, I was looking for a martial artist, a female
Yes.
martial artist for some time, and then I was just as I was giving up, someone contacted her, someone gave her contact, and I saw a demonstration. I immediately knew that she was a girl I'm looking for. The reason mainly was her skills was just one part, the way she can kick, the speed and the strength. But I can see it in her face and intensity. You know, she's meaning the kick. She's imagining an opponent, and the feeling is coming through her eyes when she's kicking. She's not like kicking in just in the air.
Just with the
You know, that quality I only saw in Bruce Lee. Because of all the martial artists in the world, from Bruce Lee onwards to Jet Li to, I mean, Donnie Yen and Tony Jaa and all these people, and including our Desi guys, you know, an action star very rarely has the capacity to express his feeling in his face. Extremely rare, you know. So I saw that in her, and that is what I knew, and I can see the skill any which way with my eyes. And then there is this which I know, then she'll be a good actor if projected on screen. So that is a combination I saw.
That worked.
And then, of course, I was zapped with the dedication she has in terms of at what age she actually started, and the fact that she can speak about her art, second. And then when she was naturally trained in Taekwondo, whereas I wanted Jeet Kune Do, which is what Bruce Lee founded.
Bruce Lee.
And then for a long time, she trained in that. And the amount of training and time she puts in every day, that dedication is what which impressed me.
Tell us about your very first feeling when you met him.
Oh my god. I've been a huge fan of RGV sir, like from the very beginning. Rangila and Satya is my one of the favorite films. When I met sir, when I got a call from his office that, you know, they're looking for a girl who can perform a martial arts. I went there to his office with my father. I was wearing a tracksuit, and, you know, I was in complete zone to, you know, perform whatever I can do. I performed a selected session of my kicks and everything, and I was just looking for his reaction, and I looked at him, and he was completely zapped, and that got me really excited. Okay, I did something right. Let's just see if, you know, sir likes my work, and he said, I think you are perfect for the role, and that was the happiest moment of my life. I will never forget.
There was a phase when your fans felt that, you know, maybe that hotshot director, you lost touch somewhere. There was a phase. Would you agree to that, or you were going through some different process?
I've answered this question so many hundreds of times. I don't know what I answered last time. Anyway, I mean, since you asked, let me answer one more time. So the point is, I as a filmmaker, I've always experimented. Like, for example, when I made Shiva, and then immediately I made a horror film with an unknown actress called Revati.
Yeah.
You know? And then after Rangila, I made Satya, which is a completely unknown people. The film worked as a different point. I always kept jumping from genre to genre and experimenting with casting, experimenting with subject matters and all that. So in the last, there were so many films which failed of mine even at that time. Like after Shiva, Drohi was a very big failure.
Yeah.
I mean, after Satya, Mast failed, for example. You know, after Rangila, Daud failed. So in the past 10 years, by the social media, everything I make becomes a big resound. So I think my track record has always been the same. It is just the social media which woke up to it.
Which is creating stories about it.
But eventually I understood that whatever, whenever they ask a question, they never listen to the answer. Which is fair enough. I mean, that is what people are, and I can live with it.
So as we spoke about social media, recently you made a comment about Draupadi Murmu. What was going on in your mind?
See, to start with, till now I don't understand what's offensive about it. See, when someone is being nominated, there will be supporters and there will be opponents for the nomination, depending on the party and blah, blah, blah. Okay. In Mahabharata, Draupadi is the main character, and there are Kauravas who are villains and there are Pandavas who are heroes. So I meant it in a ironical quirk that who will support her and who will not. Beyond that, I didn't mean anything. I was taken by surprise that it offended somebody. But then I clarified that my meaning was only this. I never intended disrespect for anyone. Till now, I don't know what exactly is wrong in that.
Everybody they didn't understand the irony.
Everybody says, how can you do that? By what did you understand? Nobody's telling you.
you did fantastic work in Hindi film industry also. In between, you were there, you were not there. Did you distance yourself from Bollywood and you focused on other languages?
See my last film was Sarkar 3.
Yeah.
That was in 2017.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I started Ladki. And then because I'm originally from Hyderabad, I always made Telugu films continuously, even in the past.
Yeah.
Like after Satya, I made 2 Telugu films back to back. So then, because of COVID, I was in Hyderabad because that's where everyone lives, my people, And Ladki got delayed. One reason is COVID also in that. So it's a continuously being made Hindi film.
So now I'll ask you, you're talking about martial art and you are an expert when it comes to that. What is the philosophy of Bruce Lee's life that means the most for you?
The first one is no limitation is your only limitation. That is the favorite one, favorite quote of mine. And be water is like is the quote that I relate to mostly, because being an actor, being an martial artist, I'm very flexible with the presented scenario or any kind of a situation. So in that zone, I feel like whenever I'm performing martial art or any kind of a scene or acting scene, I should be able to एक ढल जाना, एक role में ढल जाना,
Of course.
जो कहते हैं,
जी.
that quality should be there.
What does Bruce Lee mean to you? Because you have deep love for him.
To answer it simply, when you look back in your life, no matter at what stage of your life, it's only some people you remember who had a certain impact on you. So I would like to think Bruce Lee was one of them. So the point is, you don't remember incidents, you don't remember happenings,
Specific
because
stories,
you get over it.
Yeah.
But people will remain. So Bruce Lee was one of the 4-5 people like that. So one way he caused me to become a director, because when I understood the way he conceives, designs action sequences, and he understands the value of a pause, and he is just trying to make audience wait for a moment to happen. And then when he speaks as a person, when I see his interviews in his documentaries, I can see an electric screen presence in him as a man. You just want to listen. You just are mesmerized. There's a certain shot in Enter the Dragon where there is just a mid shot of him, and it's a lengthy shot of him hitting people, and you don't see who's coming from where,
Right.
who's going and falling where. You're just mesmerized seeing his body and his face. One is that, and second is he knew it will happen, and I'm super sure he composed that shot. Any other director won't be able to do that. He knows people are only going to watch his body and his face expression. So it gave me a lot of understanding of cinema, not just about shooting fight sequences,
Of course.
including characters and X and Y and all that. So me being my whole action, though it's not, this is the first martial arts film I did, but all my films, there will be some kind of a throwback to the theme, what I understood from his films.
Who are the people or artists or actors or directors who have left very deep impact on you in personal life and on your cinematic work?
See, I think apart from Bruce Lee, it would be Ayn Rand, the author.
Yeah.
Who has written Fountainhead and
Fountainhead.
Atlas Shrugged. And then I definitely was influenced by Steven Spielberg. Maybe a couple of people I know in real life as my friends in college time. And Sridevi also.
Of course. We all know your love for her. So yeah. You guys have worked together for almost 5 years now. One question that you want to ask her, one question that you want to ask him.
I made you wait for such a long time to get everything in perfect place. So in case I just, for some reason, failed to do it, where would you have kicked me? Which part of my body?
I think we all know the answer.
Really? I don't know. Do you know?
Yes.
Yes.
What do you
All
say?
girls do. All girls do.
All girls just want to kick.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your question? The most difficult one, which you don't think you can ask him. पूछ लो. मेरे कंधे पे बंदूक रख.
You think you will find another Ladki that will do justice to this role?
I believe it's impossible. The reason for that is I already searched the entire world before I decided on you. And I can challenge anyone to go to the internet and check female martial artists films or any demonstrations. You won't find anyone like Pooja, which I've done already, much before I casted her. Yeah.
It was wonderful talking to you. Up to, we are going to see a woman as James Bond. And now we
Yeah.
have you as
I mean, the difference is, I think this is a physical action film. It's not
Yes.
like guns or knives
course
or
not.
anything. It's
Of
just
course
in
not.
real time.
This is a different focus altogether.
yeah.
Really excited to watch the film. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you
very
for
much.
Thank
having
you.
us.